you had one job. Kamikaze pilots, young men who were tasked with crashing their explosive-filled planes into enemy warships, are infamous in history. Their precision strikes often targeted critical parts of ships, causing significant destruction. Beyond the physical damage, their readiness to sacrifice their lives was meant to psychologically weaken the enemy. While the impact of kamikaze attacks is still debated, there's an intriguing question. What happened when these missions failed? What was the fate of pilots who survived, missed their target, or chose not to crash? By 1944, Japan's position in the war was precarious. To counter the powerful American forces, Japan turned to kamikaze tactics, using skilled pilots to destroy key ships, especially aircraft carriers. Traditional methods had proven too costly, and Japan hoped that kamikaze missions would shift the tide of the war. These pilots were among Japan's elite, receiving intense training and better food compared to other soldiers. They were also revered as national heroes. To prepare them mentally for their missions, they were encouraged to reflect on death and embrace their fate. However, not every pilot was able to follow through. Many kamikaze pilots never reached their targets, either being shot down, missing their mark, or crashing into the ocean. Some even returned to base. Contrary to popular belief, kamikaze planes were not fueled for one-way trips. If a mission couldn't proceed due to technical issues or bad weather, pilots were expected to return rather than waste valuable resources. Pilots who came back with valid reasons were generally spared punishment. However, those who returned for questionable causes, such as failing to locate their target, often faced scrutiny. To minimize hesitation, missions were conducted in groups, and pilots were sometimes provided alcohol to steady their nerves. If only one pilot returned from a mission, suspicions arose. Still, Japan avoided severe punishment in most cases, as skilled pilots were seen as critical assets. There were exceptions, such as one pilot who returned 9 times and was executed for perceived cowardice, but such cases were rare. In the larger scheme, Japan's leaders knew the value of preserving their resources, including their kamikaze pilots. A single successful strike could disable an enemy ship for months, making each pilot a strategic weapon. Even in failure, these young men were seen as symbols of Japan's desperate struggle against the overwhelming might of the Allies.